what are the pipeline materials? Pipeline materials are actually the materials which in nature comes through the pipeline. Okay. It can be the materials, it can be in some industry, it can be the very important raw materials can also be there. I have seen that in a chemical factory, their core raw materials are oils, and oils come through the pipeline. Vendors are around, and vendors has put it in the pipeline, and from that pipelines, it directly supplied to the factory. So the core raw materials comes from the pipeline. There can be a lot of things. I have also seen that the fuels can come from the pipeline. The basic example which come at everybody's home, electricity. It's not the pipe, but through the wire it comes, right? It's a continuous supply of electricity comes. And then you put it a meter. Water, you put it a meter on it, right? And then you get it. So that are the pipeline gas. Your LPG gas also nowadays comes from the pipeline directly to your home. So the same case in the industries also, there can be a lot of materials which would be coming directly through the pipeline. When material come directly from the pipeline, the nature of supply gets changed. You will not be having a truck which will receive, which you will see at your premise, and then you will see the count of the materials, and then you will see that, okay, it is the right material as per the purchase order or not, right quantity or not. That kind of things will not be there. For pipeline material, there would be a wall would be there. You open the wall, you have a meter. Whatever you are consuming, you are noting it down. And at the end of the month or at the end of the week, you would be seeing that how much consumption you have done. Whatever the consumption you have done, for that, you pay to your vendors. Okay. So that is the pipeline procurement, where basically the nature of the product itself is kind of a pipeline, and the product is coming through the pipeline. So that would be the pipeline material. Now, in the pipeline materials, the important thing which you noted down, what is going to happen? It's a very simple process. It's a continuously agreed process. This material, I would be getting it, the same material from the same pipeline, continuously you'll be receiving it. You will be monitoring it, noting it, how much you are consuming it. Are you maintaining any stock for it? There is no stock. For this material, there is no stock. If the stock is not there, do you need any planning? No planning is required. Do you need to send a purchase order to the supplier? This is my purchase order, and against this purchase order, you supply it to me. It's continuously supplying. Your purchase order is there or not, from the pipeline it is coming. So actually, you don't require a purchase order also. Your warehouse clerks, do you need to do the GR? That, okay, this much of quantity I have received, he will be doing GR. No, it is directly consumed. You need not to receipt it. You need to consume it. As soon as your valve is open, your meter is recording it, it is getting consumed. So no GR, neither stock is there. Because stock is not there, I don't need a planning. It is continuously coming, so I don't need a purchase order. And I also don't need a GR. So ये सब नहीं है, तो बचा क्या? So what is left then? What is left is your consumption, that you are consuming it. That consumption you need to show. And against the consumption, you need to do the settlement with the vendor, that we have done this consumption, and then you need to pay to the vendor. So it's a completely different kind of process, where basically even your purchase orders would not be there. Okay, GR would not be there. You would be having a directly consumption. This consumption also can happen directly by purchase order, production order can consume a material. This material is a pipeline material, and production order can directly consume it. Okay, so what you need to note it down, that how much of consumption I have done. There should be a meter, which meter you would be checking daily basis, weekly basis, monthly basis. You need to note it down, and you need to do a consumption entry in your system. And then based on the consumption, you need to do a settlement. Settlement is nothing but invoice. And based on that, you need to pay to the vendor. So let's see what kind of continuous supply of material, no inventory management required, no goods receipt processes, no planning, no PO, no inventory, no PIR consumption, no settlement. What are the examples of the materials? Electricity, oil supply, water supply, gas supply, raw material direct supply. This would be the palm crude oil to a chemical factory. So this is one of the examples which I have seen, core raw material. Generally, these are the sideline materials, right? Electricity, oil, not a direct material. But here it was a direct material which was coming from the pipeline.